Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. Perpetual here. If you're new, you're warmly welcome. And thank you all so much for joining me today as I make some chicken pies. Come along and let's get started. The exact measurements are going to be in the description box below. We're going to start by making our crust or our pastry for the chicken pies. I left about a tablespoon of butter behind. That's what I'm going to be using for my chicken sauce, and I'm going to use some to grease the pan that I'm baking on as well. Just rub the flour and the butter between your hands, and once it starts to come together, add about 6 to 7 tablespoons of water, and you're going to mix it until it all comes together into a big ball. You do not want to knead your mixture, you just want to bring it together with your hands. And once that's done, I'm just gonna roll it in some cling film and set it aside while I work on my filling. I'm using chicken today, but you can easily replace the chicken with ground beef. I didn't have ground chicken, so I'm just finely chopping my chicken breast to use for my filling, but of course if you have ground chicken it works just as well. And I'm using butter for the extra flavor, but you can easily use oil as well. And if you wanted to add potatoes to your filling, you could add it at this point as well. You just finely chop it and add it soon after you add your chicken so that it has time to cook. And for the vegetables, you can use any combination that you'd like, and you can also chop it into any size that you want. The egg wash to brush onto the pastry is just 1 egg, a tablespoon of milk, and a tablespoon of water. And at this point, I'm going to grease my baking pan and dust it with a bit of flour and set it aside. For my pastry crust, I like to work in small sections. You can of course roll it into a flat surface all together and cut out all your shapes at once. It's just a preference. I'm gonna be cutting two different sizes. For the first one, the bigger one, I'm using a large cereal bowl. And for the other one, meant for the kids, I'm gonna be using a cookie cutter. And Nana Akua calls those ones flour meat pies. Meat pies are one of those things that you can bake with your kids. Nana Akua loves helping me out. She's actually helping me for this recipe today. During the lockdown, this was definitely one of the things that we baked the most. Let me tell you, she is so excited that her hands are on YouTube, okay? Oh yeah, and we cut out little flowers to put on top of our meat pies for decoration. Alright, so to put our pie together, I'm just rubbing a bit of the egg wash around the edges, and then I'm going to fill it with our chicken filling and fold it together. And for these ones, I'm going to be using my finger to make little indentations into the pastry. And you can also use a fork to crimp the edges for a different style to it. And if need be, I like to cut around the edges just to make it look a little bit neater. Remember how I said it's a great activity to do with your kids? Let me issue this disclaimer, okay? It also takes a lot of patience. So for all your pies, you want to use a fork to poke holes on top of it to allow air to escape when you're baking, like Nana Akua is doing. And then you brush your egg wash onto it, and that gives that golden brown color to it. And we always make a tiny little pie for Nana Akua. And then we decorate with our flowers, and it goes into the oven on low heat for about 25 minutes. And our golden delicious pies are ready to be served. Nana Akua and I had a little indoor picnic when it was done.
Please, aunties and uncles, subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up, please.
You've heard it all from Nana Akua, and thank you all so much for coming along with us on this delicious journey. Take care.